going to focus for a time. I'm not going to keep you here a long time, but focus on the Documents tab of Orion. We've been through the dashboard, some other things, and today we want to talk about the Documents tab. So from your dashboard, you can, and we try to make it as intuitive as possible, obviously, but from the dashboard, you can look at your favorite documents down here, but we'll get into more of that in a little bit. But you can look at some things that you use an awful lot. You can designate them as a favorite document, and they'll show up right here on your dashboard. But we'll get to that in a second. We'll want to go to the Documents tab here. You can see on the Orion dashboard, you have the Dashboard tab, Documents, Properties, Content, and Tools, and Resources. So if we click on the Documents tab, from the Documents tab in Orion, the default folder that it goes to is your company folder. So I'm logged in here as me, and I'm with Prudential Commercial Real Estate Florida. So we're looking at our company folder documents. Now, your company folder is only viewable by people in your company. So nobody else can see Prudential Commercial Real Estate Florida's documents except users, Orion users, who are from Prudential Commercial Real Estate Florida. Now, I have some administrative rights, so I have a little drop-down menu here, and I can look at other things, but you won't have that. Your company folder is just that, and it is completely up to your leadership team, your owner, broker, manager group, and your Orion company administrator, how they want to set that up. Our company has chosen to create some folders here called Business Broker folder, Business Forums, Education and Training, Market Trends, Marketing folder, Printer Scripts, whatever that is. And again, they have complete control over this. So if you look in our Business Forums folder here, you can see they've created a lot of subfolders, and in each of these subfolders they have created other folders and then put files. Now in the Orion document section you can put Word documents, PowerPoint documents, Excel documents, PDFs, whatever you want to put in there you can, and you can organize it however you want. The idea of the company folder is that from anywhere in the world that anyone has internet access, they have a single place to go to get all of the forms and contracts and listing agreements and all the things that your company uses that your owner, broker, manager, leadership team wants you to use. When you first become an Orion using company, and you click on your Documents folder, there won't be anything in it. It'll just say XYZ Real Estate Documents folder, and there won't be any sub-documents in it. So your leadership team, there's an awful lot here that is available to your company, but Orion takes a position that a lot of these forms, while there probably isn't any reason why you can't use them today, it wouldn't really be appropriate for us to make them available to the sales professionals without first the owner or leadership team having a look at them. So there's nothing initially in your company documents folder, and your leadership team can go over to this company admin documents folder to find everything that we make available. So they can go into Business Forums, for example, and they can look at all of the confidentiality, non-disclosure, non-circumvention agreements, and with a couple of mouse clicks, move them over to your company folder. So all that's available to your company, but initially there won't be anything in this company folder. So let's go down to the next folder. So again, when you click on the Documents tab, the default folder is your company folder, and your company will set that up. You can upload your own forms into it. You can use the forms that we have here. Whatever your company decides they want to do, they'll do. The next one down is subscriber documents. If you look in subscriber documents, and this is a folder that is available to anybody who's an Orion subscriber, any user. These are things that don't have any legal sensitivity. The Orion Process and Accountability System, Topaz we call it, is in here. And this is, I'm not going to go into details on what Topaz is, but these are the PowerPoint presentation and Word documents, build-to-suit, buyer rep, landlord rep, seller rep, tenant rep, all the reports that go with them. If you look, for example, at seller rep, just dozens and dozens of reports that are used in the process of identifying, competing for, winning, developing a targeted marketing plan and budget, implementing that, generating prospects, negotiating deals, closing, post-closing, a seller rep assignment. So everything that we would use in that process is in there. So in the subscriber documents is where you'll find the Orion process and accountability system. And we'll put other things in here too. For example, here's the 2013 convention floor plan. We sent out an email a little while ago saying, you know, hey, if you're going to the convention in Las Vegas, come and visit us. Here's the main Prudential booth, and Orion's booth would be right here. And we just, you know, put that in there just so people could see it. We linked it to the email that we sent out to everybody. Recent forms we'll put in here, some things that are new. You can check there from time to time to find them. PCRE member documents, that's Prudential Commercial Real Estate member documents. There are companies that are commercial-only affiliates. The commercial-only affiliates all go by the name of Prudential Commercial Real Estate. They don't have a, you know, Prudential Tropical or Prudential Ambassador. They're all Prudential Commercial Real Estate. Those are precluded by policy from selling residential real estate. They have a separate standalone, you know, office, commercial manager, and they are commercial only. Those companies have some things that are in Orion that are available and visible only to those companies, and they're found in this folder. If your company is not a Prudential Commercial Real Estate affiliate, if it's more of a predominantly residential company, you won't have access to this folder, or you won't even see it. The training library is available to everyone. The training library has all kinds of things. Again, nothing really of a legal nature that could, you know, forms-wise get anything crosswise. So it's available to everybody. And in here you'll find the CREST program, the Commercial Real Estate Success Training, which is a 24-module mentored self-study program on kind of a master's degree, if you will, in commercial real estate. These are all the workbook modules. There's a web session that goes with each of them that you can watch. And then the slides for each of those you can print out if you like for the web session. That's the CREST program. Fundamentals training. You know, there's a 30-day program for brand new commercial-only associates to follow. Every minute of every day is programmed. They'll never come in and say, what should I do today? Commercial real estate dictionaries. You can go in there and look things up. There's a leasing course that is very high level on commercial leasing, not on how to lease properties, but on how to understand a commercial lease. And then the web-based training, the webinars that we do on fundamentals. Those are all recorded. These are 45 minutes to an hour-long training sessions that you can go to anytime you want. So that's the fundamentals training. Listing syndications, here's a folder that details when you put a property into Orion. There's a box you can check if you want Orion to syndicate it out to the various third-party CIEs. And this is a list of those websites. So CCIM Redex, commercial.realtor.com, Commercial Search, CoStar, eProperty Data, Property Line, RealUp, ROFO, Xceligent, and as we add more, we'll add to here. The one that's not on here is Prudential Commercial Real Estate, or PrudentialRealEstate.com. In fact, why don't I just add that while we're here? So added that now. So if we go back to listing syndications, you'll see PrudentialRealEstate.com. If you see a plus sign in front of it, that means that that company, that syndicator, has sent us some instructions or some training or something. So there's such stuff in that folder. You can look at it if you want to. Market updates. You know, from time to time we do web-based. We just did one last week with Dr. Hugo Leong. We record those. Here it is right here, National CRE Market Update from February of 2013, and here are his notes and slides that went with that. So that's where you'll find all of those. Orion Website Basics, this is training on the Orion website for sales professionals. There's video training, dashboard, editing your profile, documents, properties, adding new listings, all that kind of stuff is there. Printable notes if you want to have something next to your computer while you're doing things if you're a new user, and then PowerPoint presentations if you prefer to do things that way. And then sales skills. You know, we are salespeople at the end of the day, so these are not focused on commercial real estate necessarily. It's just on selling, how to handle objections, how to analyze the needs, asking questions, how to stay motivated when things aren't going so good, setting goals, interviewing, you know, marketing plans, all that kind of stuff is all in there. So that's all under the Documents tab in the training library. My private documents. Each of you has access to a folder called My Private Documents. And the purpose of My Private Documents is to give you a place that you can upload documents and have access to them from anywhere in the world that you have internet access. So if you go to China this summer and you're working on some deals that you don't want to take your files with you or your laptop, you can put them in your private documents folder. You can see I've created a folder here called Summer Lakes Professional Center, and I've created subfolders in it: forms, leases, marketing material, proposals. And so from anywhere in the world, I can have access to this. Now, this is not a place to duplicate forms and stuff like that that are general to your company. These are working deal files, and when the deal is done, you know, please remove them from here. But nobody else can get in here. Well, the FBI can, and you know, we can as administrators, but nobody, you know, in your company, and nobody can see this stuff, and it's private to you. Your favorite documents, any document that's in the system, you can hit a button and designate it as your favorites, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. When you designate something as a favorite document, it will show up here in your favorite documents folder under the Documents tab, and it will also show up, as I showed you earlier, on your dashboard under your favorite documents. So we list, I think, 10 or 15 of them here. If you have more than that, then you got to go to your Documents tab, Favorite Documents, and it'll all list there. We already talked about company admin and transfer documents. Let me show you how to make a document a favorite document. So let's go to business forms, and let's just find something here, investment analysis. So let's say that I use this APOD cash flow analysis internal rate of return form here a lot. All I do is highlight it, and then I say Add to Favorites over here. So once I click that, it's added to my favorites. Now, if I wanted to remove it from my favorites, I just navigate to it and click Remove from Favorites. Let me show you. Go back to my dashboard now, and we'll see that folder, APOD Cash Flow IRR, has been added to my favorite documents. And if I want to open that, you know, I simply click on it and do what I need to do there. So let me show you how to open a document. Let's go back and do it kind of starting off. You won't have anything in your favorite documents necessarily. So let's open. Let's go ahead and open. Well, let's open that same document just for fun. So we click on it. Once we click on it, it'll highlight in blue like that. Then we just say View File. And depending on which version of Outlook you have, it may open it right away, or it may say you want to open it with, what do you want to open it with? I'm going to say open it with Excel. So there it is, and it opens. And I can scroll through it. I can do whatever I want with it. So that's how to open a document in Orion. I could save this to my hard drive, or I could say, no, I don't want to save it. Get back here. I can highlight that again and say Remove from Favorites. And if I go back to my dashboard, we'll see that it's not one of my favorites anymore. So it's that simple. So the things you use a lot, contract forms, maybe listing agreements, confidentiality agreements, letters of intent, yeah, whatever you use a lot, you can designate as a favorite and then have it show up on your dashboard here so you don't have anything to scroll or look for or search for or hunt for, any of that kind of good stuff. The last thing I'll show you here on the Documents folder is if you have something in your private documents, you can't add or remove from anywhere in Orion, except you can make some changes to your bio, as we've already talked about, and in your private documents folder, you can upload or delete forms. So if you had a form in here, for example, or if I wanted to delete this whole folder here called Proposals, I would go to my private documents folder, I would highlight it, and then just click Delete. Before it does, it's going to say, are you sure you want to do this? And I would either say, yes, I do, or say, oh, no, that was a mistake. I want to cancel that. So that's how you would delete a folder. To upload something into your private documents folder, let's go the whole process again. Let's start from your dashboard. So we'll go to your Documents tab. Go to my private documents. Go to Summer Lakes. Let's say I want to upload something into the marketing folder. I highlight it and I say upload. Let's say I want to create a subfolder in marketing. So let's call it for just demonstration purpose, I'll call it a subfolder called Flyer. So if you look at marketing now, there's a plus sign. There's a folder called Flyers. So I highlight that and I would say upload file. Then it's going to go to my hard drive and say, let's give it a title, sample flyer, and then I'm going to browse to my hard drive and just find some folder. Let's go properties. Let's say Summer Lakes, marketing, bank flyer, boom. So now I upload that, just double click it, and that says successfully uploaded bank flyer. I chose to do a PDF real quick. And so if I go to Summer Lakes, if I go to marketing, you see in the folder Flyers, there's a thing called sample flyer. So I can view that, do whatever I want with it. So from anywhere in the world, I have access to all of that, and it makes it real easy for me. When that deal is over, I move all that out of there. Please don't use your private documents folder as a backup for your hard drive. If people start doing that, we're going to have to start clearing stuff out or start monitoring it. But anyway, so that's basically the Documents tab. The thrust of it, or the most of it, I guess, is in your company documents folder. So hopefully your company has set that up and has in there all the things they want you to use. The subscriber documents, again, to recap, are basically the Orion Process and Accountability System, which is all the presentation material and everything used in a listing. The training library is pretty self-explanatory, but it's where you'll find all the listing syndications that we talked about, all the market updates, the basic website basics for Orion, how to use Orion. If you have questions about Orion, aren't sure how to add a property or edit a property, all that's in here. The fundamental training, and then the CREST program is there as well. So let's see if there's any questions. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in your questionnaire of your dashboard before we. It's all pretty intuitive, but if you, like we said, we've had an awful lot of new Orion users and who haven't taken the basic training, so we wanted to take a few minutes to go through some of this stuff. I don't see any questions. So if you do have any questions, go ahead and you can send us an email or you can call. Email is info@orioncre.com, info@orioncre.com. That's different than the Orion site here, is orioncre.net. But the email address is info@orioncre.com, or you can just call us at 813-739-5740. Again, 813-739-5740. Hope everybody has a great afternoon, and thank you for taking some time to, well, let's see here. Super. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. Hope everybody had a great, has a great day. Go out and make some money, and happy Valentine's Day, by the way.